Nope, it's not working yet. That's right. Geez, I'm all caught up. Either I'm caught up or I forgot what I'm supposed to do. But it's a good chance for me to get out of my head and deal with some of these Canadian pennies. Because Lordy, I ain't looked at them. And I haven't coin roll hunted in 2 weeks. Okay, so get a red line. Bear with me. We'll let the stream handle itself. I'm going penny hunting. So you can join me and watch, because there's not much else on at 6:59 in the morning. Okay, let's get our focus going. There. Okay, what do we got? 1972. Got a bunch of these Canadian pennies. Well, there's nothing wrong with Canadians. They're making their way. Now, mind you, it usually takes 40 years, 30, 40 years for a series to establish itself as being collectible. They stopped making these 6 years ago. Well, if you back far enough, figure the young heads might be worth it. They look at those like weeds. Here's one now. So we'll take a look and see what we can find, if anything. We got one person watching. Oh, and we got a green line. Things are working. Oh, look, we got roller marks. You get the same problems on Canadians you do on American. They get the same tools, the same technologies. Okay, there's a young head. What do we got here, Elizabeth? Oh, we went red. That one's off. There you go. The other computer's off, and this one has no open window, so... Okay, wait, I can kill that window. Yeah, that might help out. Oh, I can also pause this one. There. So I'm not streaming against myself. Out here in the woods, if I'm streaming out and streaming in, I cut my own throat for some reason. So if I'm live streaming and my video is playing on my browser, it kind of freaks me up. Or freaks up the computer. Well, not a whole lot here. We'll just keep on going. Now the Canadians are going to look for the same sorts of things you got on American coins. Right? I'm looking for doubling, especially around the outer edges, around the letters. And their quality controls are quite good. I notice if I have a double die on these, it tends to show up under the neck quite readily, and sometimes up here in the crown. This is a great spot to look for it. But these Canadians, they're more rounded, all the little fine points. Whereas U.S. coins, sometimes you have, sharp angles. Well, you got some here, like on the Z. Keep an eye out, take a look. You find all sorts of things on these, same as you do in American coins. But they're not hunted for die varieties the same as Americans are. Okay, look right in the center, of course. You find well, they call it an extra bud or a worm or something. You'll find some extra metal right in around this area. And check your dates. Canada's a good spot to check. And also right under the one, sometimes you have some die polishing marks that gather attention. Let's play with these. Well, what a day it was yesterday. We had that one accidental stream where I had set up this thing with these spiders, and then somehow it streamed for like an hour until I noticed I'm streaming. Okay. So I killed that off. Started the big show, but I put in the spiders. Well, both of those shows, because I had music, got copyrighted. All right, take them down before they take me down. I don't need to get in trouble with a man for that. 4 looks right. Another thing to look for is hanging letters, or hanging numbers rather, which is actually a clash mark showing up right here. And it looks like a little line comes over and down. Lord, you never sleep. No, actually I slept most of Saturday. I go for like 3-4 days and sleep for a couple. It's a lot easier that way. I do tend to pound the coffee, and that either helps or hurts. I'm not sure. I guess you can drink like, what, 7 or 8 pots of coffee in a day and still survive? Well, let's push the envelope a little bit. So many coins, and there's only one of me. What am I supposed to do? Here we go. Remember to flip these sideways. And we'll have a look, see what we can see. I got to check the 65s also, because you get large and small beads. And this looks pretty typical. Oh, good. So I had those 2 nice busy streams, but I couldn't leave them up. What are you gonna do? Well, nothing you can do but keep on going. So here we are. I'm all caught up on invoices. I shipped out everything. Well, I have ready to ship out everything that's left to ship out. Okay, right here, you see this little extra rim here? This is a finning, is what they call it. And right in there, you get a couple of gouges on the edge of the die, because the die goes right up to the rim, but the die does not produce the rim. That's actually part of the thing called a die trench, or rim trench, whichever you like. So if the die has damage, it'll show up a lot of times right here in the periphery. And you can use those as great die markers. I want to zoom in a little on this. I want to zoom in a lot on this. Let's see what we got here. You're going to have the same issues on Canadians as you have on American coins. And this looks like every bit of mechanical doubling. I don't see any split serifs. That R has a little bit of a direction to that lower left serif is a bit of an angle. But I'm not seeing anything else to support it. This looks like mechanical doubling to me. Those are nice and flat. Yeah, the eye shows it. Let's look over here. How are you looking? That's MD. I guarantee. Okay, nothing to see here. We can zoom back out. Where was I? There you go. Well, it's not a bad time to put together a decent set of Canadians. They're darned inexpensive. And you get a lot of troubles with them. Over here you get a polishing. It's taking away some of the G. Yep, so I'm in between time. You know, what do I do now? I'm not ready to sleep because I'm propped up on coffee. Nothing going on eBay. I checked out USA Coin Book to within an inch of its life. I'll give that another week and then check it again, see what's going on new. Let's see. Collector's Corner. Seems like a lot of high-end stuff. What's going on in that right here? I want to look at that. Well, I get back over there and do more searching and stuff. But that site is just plain hard to use, I think. It's not an intuitive search. Yeah. And you get these incredibly broad categories. It's difficult to sort your search findings into an order that you like. I can't specify a value range. It's tough over there. That takes, a whole lot more time to work that site. That's what I do. I hunt for deals. I look at pennies. I talk about pennies. Every now and then I talk about a nickel or something. It keeps me busy. I don't have to work for the man, though. I like that part a lot. I like to keep doing it. Okay, I get a little difference in the thickness of the edge right here. So is that some sort of bump on the... That might be just a bump. Well, bless you, sir. Well, people learn just by, watching. And really, if you can explain what you're doing as you're doing it, they can pick up, they can glean some information just by watching. Now we'll look around here. Oh, check these for the M and the G. Could have both your letters. And you got to spin these sideways instead of end over end. And the 6-1 looks good. Canada looks good. The buds look good. And the bottom of the 1 looks good. That's what I'm looking for the most. There. A lot of times, if you understand how to inspect the coins, right, you can apply those same techniques to whatever you're searching. What is this doo-doo? Yeah, some kind of crud. Okay. Well, you got a bicentennial thing here. But if you understand what to look for and where to look for it, and the processes that make the dies, it's going to help you determine if do you have something, do you have nothing, do you have something, oh boy. And it's good to find those oh boys. And you find enough of them things to keep the project going. Is it worth it to check these things? I had a fellow ask, are they really finding, these 15, 16, 20, 50 silver dollars, half dollars in a row? Well, yes and no. They find them, but they don't show you the 150 boxes they go through with nothing. And then the 1 box that they score big on, they show that off. Okay, so it's kind of weighted. What you see mostly are these really impressive rolls people have searched through and gotten great scores. But if you're just searching for silver, dude, you're missing all the money. If you're just searching for copper, you're missing the good money. Right? I mean, you can pull a Canadian penny. Ooh, that's gone. We won't even bother with that. You pull your Canadian penny out. You can melt those down. They should be at least worth melt, which is, a couple of cents at the very least. All right, we're going to check the beads on the 65. And something here tells me what it is. I think the way one of the A's points directly at a B. I don't know, man. But I'd have to check that and refamiliarize myself with that. Well, if you can melt these foreign coins, pull them out. But you're talking, 2 cents. How many of these you got to haul off to the smelter? And is your smelter going to take the darn things? Because they're not interested. You're not going to separate the tin and the zinc from the copper on these. So copper from melt, doesn't work. But it's the die varieties that matter the most. Now the Canadians, they don't make them anymore, so that kind of helps as far as the collector market. And they're definitely not crossing the border. So what we have in the U.S. is probably most of what we'll ever have. So it's not a bad idea to pull them out. But the good money is in the die varieties. And that one's ruined. These are roller marks from a rolling machine. And we don't know what this is. Probably the same something. You're out of here. And I see some of these shows, they go through these roll after roll, and they're just picking out the silver. That's not where the money is. They throw out good money, send it back to the bank. Same thing with searching, penny rolls. They pick out the wheats. Okay, great. And then throw the good money back to the bank. And you don't have to search every single date. Some dates are better than others. You find a doubled ear in there. That's going to make up for a whole lot of penny boxes. They go for 50 to 100 bucks. You get an 83 double die reverse. Yeah, it's 75 or 100 bucks. Every several boxes you're probably get a wham. There's another $5. And just the whams would double the value that you're pulling out. If you're pulling out wheats, also pull out whams, and you're pulling twice the value out. Just the one, 3 dates. That's gone. But there's enough in there that if you stick with it, over time you're going to learn, and you get a better feel for what to look for, where to look for. You can identify these things better. And that increases the, the take, if you will. What you got here, this looks like, kind of looks like mechanical. Yeah, you should see. If there was any doubling, I would see it here at the corner of the R. All right, I change the direction. I come around the sides. I should see doubling at the corner of the eye. This is mechanical doubling. Yeah, it's an existing device. It was struck by a vibration in the die. It's not a doubling of the design. Yeah, that just struck what was already there and didn't flatten it completely. All right, nothing there. Well, if you're trying to do it for the money, you'd be hard pressed really to make an honest living looking for die varieties. But well, I'd rather not bother watching TV. You know, when T.J. Hooker and you know, Dukes of Hazzard was on, you know, the fresh shows, it was, you know, it was good to watch TV then. Sorry, I got to go aside for the bus. Stay groovy. Yeah, I'm trying to make up because we had to delete yesterday's streams. Well, let's put something up to fill the space, fill the void that was left. I can always talk about pennies. But geez, if you want to talk about, say, $1 per hour, you make more doing this than you do watching TV and doing laundry. Well, I could probably spend a little time doing laundry, get caught up. I'm down to a scuba suit. 61. Let's look at the 1. Right below that 1. I'm looking for some lines. Let's get a little better focus here. All right. But these skills you pick up, well, you don't just apply them to bags and boxes that you pick up. You know, you pick up some other coins here and there. You know, individual coins or maybe sets or something. If you're doing it that way, you can apply that knowledge, and that's where it really comes in. There you go. That's where the good money shows up. What is that green crud right here? This looks like crap. Nothing there. Yeah. Every now and then I pick up a coin because I think it's a pretty good deal, and it shows up, and what do you know? I can't sell the darn thing because it's not the $30 coin I thought it was. It's, you know, $150 variety. Okay, that's a slow market, but you can get some good money on those varieties, and you learn it with these. You learn the inspecting process, and you learn how to identify these things. Right? Is that mechanical doubling or is that a double die? I got nothing here, nothing along the. This is normal. Okay, so I get a little bit of extra metal, apparently showing around DGR. So you go deep and you look, and you determine, is it a double die or is it you know, mechanical doubling or is it die deterioration? What's going on with it? And that's where the focus comes in handy. And what I'm looking for mostly are split serifs, and I'm looking at the style of this doubling, which is a flat shelf. And I'm looking at the thickness of the letter, right? Let's see if I can point to that R. There you go. From left to right, the thickness of that leg is normal. But if you look at it, it's kind of split down the middle. If you look at the top of that R, let's see if I can angle this right, from left to right, that's the normal thickness. But the flat side kind of makes it look doubling, but what's left is this thin little sliver. That's the trademark of mechanical doubling. It's thinner. So this is a nothing coin. I can stop wasting my time on that. But you learn so much just going through, you know, bank boxes. You go through 50, 60, 100 bank boxes, you'll have a pretty good idea of what's going on and how to better identify these things. You'll be able to spot, you know, damage real quick. Yep, throw that one, throw that one. Have a look at this one. Sometimes if you're new, you find stuff and, well, you're not quite sure. Well, just pick it, set it aside. You know, go back after it after you've gone through another 20 boxes. You'll be better able to identify it. I mean, there's a learning curve if you're getting into this. But keep people busy. There's a whole crowd of these folks that just love looking at old coins. Hey, it's a lot of fun. Oh, we got a George. Here he is. That's a pretty wore out George. Man, he's had a, that's a tough one right there. 47, and a maple leaf. I'm going to see if I got a maple leaf. There you go, right there. There's a 47 without the maple leaf. I'm going to pick that out because I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking for there. The large sense I'm a lot stronger with. I'm kind of learning the small sense. And we got a die crack right down here across the bottom of the bust. And that's a normal place for it on U.S. coins. You see it all the time. But Canadians are not so much catalog, so you know you can contribute to the hobby by discovering and cataloging these things. 1962 looks pretty normal. Nope, I'm the absolute worst at magic eyeing some of those double dies. I thought I found a new DDR. Nope, it's a gouge, not an extra column. Kills me. Set them aside, right? Ooh, here's something. I'm not sure what it is. I'm going to put it in this cup or that bag or whatever. Set it aside. If you're really into it, you can grab some flips and mark it, right? There's some stuff I wrote down on that one. This is, oh, that's Hidden's coin. And you can save, and these things, they're reusable. That's why I like the flips, as opposed to the cardboard, because they're single use. Well, I can offer the coin some protection and write an entire story on a piece of paper that big. If it's really something I want to, talk about, I can write it on both sides. But if I want to write a book, I can fold up a piece of paper and stuff it in there. And then, 6 months down the road, when I got more experience, I can go back through those things that I picked out earlier and said, oh, this is junk, this is junk. And then I got one, well, I don't know, I still don't know. And keep it going. Every 6 months to a year, you go through your picks, and you'd be surprised how much stuff you can determine and make a decision on after just 6 more months. And there's a rock dove. I think it's related to a pigeon or something. Did we look at this side yet? Sometimes I get to talk and I turn the same coin over 5 times. She looks pretty normal here. Yep. I mean, you go through a box of pennies and you might go through, 1,000 in a row and, dude, I ain't found nothing. But by God, you learned a whole lot on those 1,000. You got another 1,000 coins exposure. You figure you go through 100,000, you'll have a pretty good grip on things. What are you talking there? 40 boxes? Yeah, that's a lot of boxes. Depending on what you're hunting down, they could probably take you 2-3 years. What was the date on that? I didn't even look. 65. Pretty shiny. Oh, Gesundheit. Yeah, I got some scratches here. I was thinking about maybe I should check that with what I got in the book. But with these scratches, I'm not going to bother. It's a real shiny one, but this is extensive damage. That's enough damage that it's not going to be worth anything. Oh well. We'll set that one in the junk bucket. There's a little scratch. It's not going to help it any. These are pretty common. So if we get a scratch, send it. I'll get a little mark right in there. That look more like a contact mark? I think so. I don't see anything else around it that would give me more cause to give it further attention. Yep. So if you don't know what it is, but it gets your eye, it's when you say, that's funny. That's when you say, that's when you take action. You got to recognize that as the indicator of stop what you're doing and save that one aside. Because it's the ones that are funny that have a much better chance of being, interesting, novel, a good find, a variety or something. Something like this, this is pretty normal, pretty mundane. Just send it packing, man. doesn't take long at all. You can identify the normal ones. It's identifying the abnormal ones and knowing when to take, that next step of segregating it or setting it aside. Right here, see that little bit in the D? And let's see what we got. I got the look of MD. Let's look at that R. Okay, see the way I've got extra lines on the R? Well, if I look at the back line of it, the vertical, that's normal thickness, but inside that normal thickness, I've got that separation line, which is, the boundary between the flat shelf of the MD on that side and the regular relief over here on the right. All right, so the regular height is thinner than it should be, whereas the thickness of the regular plus the flat area is the regular thickness of the coin. So that's MD. MD is a tough one. If you can get an MD nailed, if you can identify that most of the time, it's going to save you a lot of trouble. If you're new at it, well, just set it aside until you can figure it out. If you can't tell, set it aside. What's going to cost you? A penny? And by the time you learn, what do you know? You got $20 worth of pennies over there. You can go through it and you get most of your money back. But it's a craft, and over time that craft is going to offer you value. If you get deeper into the hobby, more expensive coins, older, rare, yeah, that's where this knowledge really kicks in. That's where that die rod, instead of being worth, an extra $4, is an extra $400. And that looks like tar. Send it packing. Yeah, it takes time to learn this stuff. You're not going to be a genius overnight. How much time do you want to put into it on a hobby that's going to last you the rest of your life? A year? Dude, I guarantee you start right now, give it the college try. In 3 to 4 months, you're going to have a good idea of what's going on. You might not have your skills perfected, but you're going to understand the terms, right? You'll have a good idea where to look, what to look for. You'll probably develop your own notes. There's black steel. And you probably develop your own system of inspecting these things, right? Go around the outside. Check the key issues, right? Check the bottom of the 1, check the top of the date, look inside here. Check those key spots for each series, whatever series you're doing. All right, look under the chin, check the top of the crown, and check the outside again. And for each series, yeah, you're going to have your own pattern. And if you're doing it for 6 months, really, 3 months, 6 months, a year, you can spend that much on, what, 3, 4 boxes? Cost you $100 and you get your money back. You do one box at a time, you get $25 into it. But I can tell you, by the time you're done with that first or second or third box, you're going to have a whole lot more knowledge and experience than you do now. So try that. Give it 3 months, a box a month. You're talking, you're inspecting 10 rolls a day. And Dakota will tell you, he does that many at least. So have no fear. What was the year on this? I looked, skip, I just got it. Yeah, kind of dirty. I suppose that is. It smells like onions. Onions and grease. All right. But there's people, I know one, she's been doing this for about a year, and she got it figured out. Yeah, that's marked up. What's that in her head? Crud. Anything back here? Nope. And before no time, you can look at a coin upside down and tell what you're looking at. But everything you do, whatever it be, I gotta look at this. That's a 1978. Those are right. Those are little dots for 78. That's normal. What you're gonna do, you're gonna spend some time in, right? What do you do for a job, right? when you started that job versus when you were 3 months into it? Did you have a lot more experience and know what the heck's going on? I bet you did. Same thing with the coins. You know, stick with it and concentrate for 3 months. You want to go in? Give it 3 hard months. Don't ask me, I'm an idiot. I don't know anything. I didn't say that. I'm wearing this card out. I got a big depression down here on this side. So my coin comes in at an angle when it's, look at this, it bounces. I've worn this little card out. Poor thing. I'll get another one, I suppose. 84. You know, but you see, there's some people they get really pumped up. They get jazzed about it. I know that. And they're the ones that give it that 3 months. And I guarantee you that after they put in that, 90 days, put in 3 boxes of checking just about every coin. I mean, you got a junky one with a big hole in it. Just throw that. You're going to know which ones don't bother with pretty quick. That's probably the first thing you figure out. You're able to make those decisions on your own real easy. This one's crap. Don't waste your time. All right, what's going on in the A? 1958. Black Steel says, when is the next coin seminar? Should be in February. Oh, we got to start that going. We'll get through the holidays. Really, Christmas isn't the time to promote the coin seminar weekend. Coin seminar weekend. But we get into January, and we're only going to have about 5-6 weeks if we're looking at around the middle of the month. Yeah, so we got to get on the stick and start getting that going. Can we look at the other side? 1958. MG. MG. Yeah. So getting good at coins then, if you think about it, it's a decision. It is your decision that will make you, put in that time, that effort to, get deep into a single series. Maybe it's just pennies. Geez, it's the inexpensive series, I can tell you that. You put 20, what's a box now? $25, and you tear into it. You got 2,500 pennies to play with. Now you figure probably 200 of them are going to be junk. Figure that one right off. And by the end of that box, you'll know which 200 to chuck out on the next box. Now your job just got a whole lot easier by almost 10%. What is that? Let me turn that upside down. I got something right there with my stick. Let's see if does it move? Does it change? Yeah, it kind of did. That's some sort of deposit. That's junk. Okay. So just a 1 box, you're going to already learn the real junk. Now you're speeding up on the next box. So you go and you get another box. Now, mind you, all the time you're doing this, you're going to get the wheats, you're going to get the Canadians, you're going to get, the really neat stuff, the stuff that leaps right out. And every now and then, maybe you'll pick up some easy to find double die varieties. The reverses around the statue on Lincoln. Did we look at that side? I don't know, man. Like I said, I just keep flipping from one side to the other. I got some MD over there on the E. Maybe that's die deterioration there. Okay, that's nothing. Okay, so you're trying different techniques. You watch all these shows, and different people have different techniques. What age was a queen when she became queen? Let's see, she's like 210 right now, so that makes her born in what, 1808? I think she was 25. Let's see, how old is the queen? 92? I don't know. She hasn't called or written in weeks. That little tramp. What do you got going up here? Just some smashes. Yeah, okay, that's where the finning is bumped and bumped and bumped, and the finning is falling over. That's what that is. And that's about the right grade for it. It's a typical issue. Typical wear on this one. I think she was 25-ish. But she's now the longest serving British monarch of all time, having outlived everybody else, it seems. Now, the good news, Queen Mum made it to, what, 101? So Lizzie might be with us for another 10 years. Poor Charles. He's been hoping for that throne before he got, you know, too old to enjoy it. It's tough being a prince. Yeah, what's that next one? William? He'll be king a lot sooner than Charles. Yep. HP, horsepower. I don't know who the designer is on this. That's a great spot to check. See the shiny, the sharp corners on the V? That's a great spot to check. What was this? Did I see a little line up here? Well, kind of looks like a minor die crack. Boy, that is so minor, I'm not even going to bother with it. I can't even see it. Where to go? Top of the D going up at about a northwest direction. That's, I can barely see that. Yeah, that's what it is though. All right, I'm going live too. Got a bunch still to go through. Come on by. Did you just come into my stream and say, come over to my stream? Oh man, I'm gonna have to put you on timeout again. Let's see, little ding up there. 1950. All right. Do I have a 1950? I'm gonna set that aside because I don't know if I got a 1950. There, I got a 47 with a maple leaf. Oh, 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 look. Yeah, that's one thing about this bag. I've been getting some of these out of there. Not too many, but not on total crud either. All right, they're rather common dates, though. All right, 1935. Well, good. All right, we'll pick that one out. If I already have one, we'll see if that one's better. Okay. So how long does it take before you're a pro? Well, it really comes down to your abilities and how much time and effort you put in. Well, I can't do anything about your abilities. But I tell you, you have complete control over the time and energy you put into it. And a lot of good shows out there that'll help you, get your noggin around it. Here's a newer one. See the funny little edge? Got a different ring to it there. 84. After 79, they changed the recipe on this a couple of times. I can't keep up with them. But they don't make anymore, so if I spent some time, I could learn the series a little better. Yeah. So whatever series you're interested in, get into it. And it's going to take time to get your head around it and learn what to look for and where. But with each box you do, with each, bunch of 1,000 coins you do or whatever, you're going to pick up a lot of information. get a lot of experience, and that makes the difference more than anything else, more than the book learning. It's that hands-on experience that's going to help you the most. Alrighty. So I figured I'd come on and do a handful of Canadians because I haven't done them in a while. Geez, you get so busy with stuff, you know? Well, this is what I do. It's fun. Keeps me off the streets. Keeps me fresh. Good. And people say they learn, so may as well keep on going with it. Black Steel says, I'm going to make hard for myself the next coin seminar. I'll be talking designers. You don't get further without pushing yourself, right? I'm doing Canadian pennies here. If you want to push yourself, that's what's gonna change your stars. That's what's gonna push you into a different envelope. If you just do what's easy, you're not really gaining a skill. You know, get into a spot where you're not comfortable and dominate it. Learn how to dominate that spot, and then when you're done, yeah, you'll have improved yourself. You'll improve your situation, your awareness, your knowledge, your experience. Right? You do the same darn thing and don't challenge yourself. That's when you stagnate. This looks pretty good here. Yeah. Yeah, get into something you haven't done before. I should probably do that too. That would be a good idea. That would be a good challenge for several of the shows. You know, get into a place that you don't know at all, or you're not a pro at, and become pro. We had Amy Smith did Canadian pennies, right? She got into a subject she was uncomfortable with, but by God, she did her homework and she pulled that off great. Yep, she did great there, and she's better off for it. What's this? Is that a farthing? 1C with a couple of birds. One crow. A carling. Who's this guy? South Africa, 1966. We got a South African penny. Here's one guy. What is that? Is that a nose ring? Okay, good. I got a South African penny. That's what I didn't expect that. You find stuff, but it's when you get into the the unknown, and you force yourself to learn by studying or experience or going out and say, dude, I need help. Ask direction and follow that path wherever it leads. That's when you take that step into becoming something else, becoming more than cheapskate. We're going through these Canadians. You see, we just picked this out of there. That's a South African penny. Yeah, it looks pretty beat up, but I don't have a South African penny. Now I do. Amy Smith's awesome. We have a good coin family. She pushed herself on that Canadian penny show, and she got stronger because of it. And she says, I'm going to go and really get into it, because she's saying to me, there's no good information about these Canadians. They haven't been studied like the U.S. pennies, like the wheats. There's no information online. And by God, she's going to put it up online. It'll take a year or two. Well, if you start a little blog, dude, I got to get to mine too. You're going to find it can suck up your time and energy real fast. Keeping up with it is a challenge. You want to get into some area you're not comfortable with, try that. Good Lord. It can eat you up. Just do what you can. Really can't ask for much more. It's MG. Yep. Good. Yeah, you get into a blog, and that's a new territory right there. Cheapskate scored an 1869 seeded quarter in good. Estimated on 250. 1869? Oh, do we have that up? No, I took it down. Where's the, it's up here somewhere. Okay, coin inventory checklist. Yeah, 1860s are tough on, oh, the dimes in particular, I know. Yeah, 250, 300, that's probably about right. Oh, let's see, quarters. I don't believe how often I use this foolish checklist. Okay, let me pull this up. And I screwed up the screen real bad, so I might have to fix this. Put my mouse. There's a screen. What can we see? All right, move it over. There is the coin collector checklist. Now I'm going to shrink a little. See the bottom of the screen? We've got these little tabs. There you go. You get these lines. You get the arrows over here so you can go back and forth, and that'll get you, to wherever you want to go. It's in order. Pennies on the left, half pennies on the further left. There you go. 2 cents where it is. Everything's in order from what the order was made. Your Drake bust half dimes, and it goes to the seated half dimes and your nickels. Then you got the dimes in order, right? Then you got the 20 cents. So I think we missed. And then you got your quarters. Okay, seated Liberty quarter. There you go. 1869. How many surviving? 250 surviving units out of 16,000. Dude, you might want to check into these seated quarters. Check it out. Let's follow this. Let's look at the whole series here. There's lots of them. How many dates we got? Let's see. Count. There's 100 dates and mint marks thereabouts. And let's see, 1838, 1500, 53 arrows. Yeah, 5,000. 54, 5,000. Yeah, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 3,000. There's a 5 and 61. Look at these mintages. Or the mintages are pretty low already. I mean, lower than 100, a lot of them. But you got none survived on a lot of these. Here's 4. A couple of thousand, 3,000. You want to build a whole set? You're fighting with a couple, 300 people on a lot of these dates. 1872 CC, 120 surviving specimens. I bet you that shows up over on Numis. 1869 is probably a really good price. All right, quarters. Liberty seated quarters. How much is we seeing? Oh, good. All of it. I can probably kill that pointer. There. Come back over here. And let's look at MS and good. City quarters. Numis has the best prices, in my opinion, that you can get online. Let's wait for this to load here. Let's see, you get 1869, right? Come on, load, baby. That's good. 300 and freaking 60 bucks in good. Have a solid rim all the way around. You can see the clear rim. 360 bucks. And dude, they just go up from there. Where's that 1872 CC we just saw? 1,500 bucks just for talking about it. Damn. Here's that 72. Then you can check out the individual dates and see if there's action, where the action is on those. Okay, no changes in price in the past year. Oh, I can kill this light, I think. That's blinding me. Yep. Okay, let's go back and look at the 69. Wait for it. 1869. Where'd you go? 250 of them. You get 250 of these coins. Thereabouts. Now, you can figure half of them are probably below VF. Easily. Okay, stop moving. All right, MS65 is down 500 for the year. MS64 is even for the year. 53, 55, yeah. That's up 340 bucks. You see the way these prices can climb, you know, in short order. It's probably because, like, you know, one came up for auction and 4 people bid on it. Up 6% for the year. Let's see. Here's 1140. It's down 40 bucks. See the difference in prices? The change is 40 bucks here, but over here the difference is 400. Those upper grades, dude, that's where you can, you know, you pick up a coin and you flip it, and you make 300, 400, 500 bucks. Down here, 20 bucks ain't bad, but you can just quickly lose 20 bucks. Up there, they tend to go up more. Let's see, where's the chat? YouTube is not receiving enough video. All right, let's fix this. There's home. Hi. All right, I gotta catch up. Scored in 1869. Yep, 250. Yep, price is right. It's the quality there. She said, "What up? How are you? I felt my spirit today, so I gave you a shout out." There you go. Go with it. Sell it, but with how rare it is, I'm thinking about keeping it. You may never find one again. You figure if these things are in somebody's collection for 30 or 40 years, take the number of coins out there, 250-ish, divide by 40. How many? What's that going to come up to? Let's see, 240 divided by 40 should be about 6. And it says 6. That means you can expect one of those to show up every couple of months. Really? Yeah, that's math. Sometimes, you know, they hand it off to the next generation. They keep it for 40 years. That's, you know, some of those coins, you're just not going to see them. I just now got a notification. How long have you been on? An hour. Yeah. Yeah, once you get into, you know, a couple of hundred, they get few and far between. A lot of times they go in a private sale and you never see them being sold. You see 1 or 2 a year. Yeah, they can be tough to find. Oh, what's happening to my screen? I need this. Yep. And that. There. Yeah. Well, if you need to, hit that unsubscribe and then resubscribe. You know, ring the bell again. I got my first 3-cent silver, 1857. It's a little better. The 1850s are pretty common, 51 through 4, and then they drop off pretty rapidly. Yep. Better. Oh, man. It's tough being out in the woods sometimes. All right, let's run it again. It's green. Here's the screen. There's the checklist. Okay, we're going to go back to trimes. Let's find those. 3 cents. Okay, silver. Yeah, right up here. You got a 57. Maybe 1,500 surviving population. So let's figure if you got 1,500 and they stay in a collection for 30 years, that says you might have one of them each week. Huh. So really, what if you had 50 people go out and buy an 1857 or try to buy an 1857 3-center? What would happen to the price? You know, if you got 50 people trying to get one per week available, you probably have several people per week trying to get it. And the price would climb. That's how few more people, just a few more people, would dramatically increase the prices on these things. 1857, you get 1 million. Yeah, okay, the P's, okay, what's going on here? Why do I have, I'm going to look at this because I got 2. I'm going to guess that's 1857. Oh. Or something. Maybe that's probably a proof. That would make sense that that's a proof issue. Okay. These aren't perfect, but by God, they're pretty damn close. They made 100. That's a proof issue. Yep. So you get 1,500 of them. Let's look at the price on Numa, see what the hell he says. And they're down here below cents in the other series. 3-cent silver. $18.57s. Stop shifting. You know, this thing loads a piece of something like an advertisement, the whole screen shifts all at once. And it usually does it when I'm mid-click. Let's look at the full range of prices here. Ooh. Yeah, I've been up all night. I should probably go to bed soon. But I'm up. My God, I had 2 square feet on my desk was clear. 1857 area. 30, 40 bucks. Yeah, that's about right. These are tough to get. Really, 3 centers. I have a tough time finding silvers at a good price. Man, people really stick to these values. But 57 in VF, you get an increase. You get a lot of greens in here. You got a few reds. Some of the high grades are kind of red. There's some greens in here. Yeah, green is a price increase. Red is a price decrease. And it's really neat to watch how much that spread is. 57, you said? I think you said 57. Are you loading? It's not loading. Wait for it. This will kill the stream. Oh, we're green. Good. 57. What you got for price changes? Okay. Over the course of the year, we've had some activity, it looks like. Up and down. Low grade, it's up. A little. Just a tiny bit. Okay. Down in the next grade, and again, just a tiny bit. But as you get in the upper ranges, you're now in a 2 and 3%, as opposed to 0.16%. Well, that's a pretty good leap in VF. You know, if I get a 10% increase in my investment in a year, I'm not writing them harsh letters. Yeah, but that 3% down here at MS65 was, $100, whereas the 1% down here at 49 bucks is 50 cents. This is why the bigger numbers favor, small percentage increases. Okay, well, that's what that is. Home. Yeah, 3-cent silvers are tough to get for better than market. They're tight. You need somebody to bring their grandfather's collection in and say, what's this and what's its worth? And how much can I get for it right now? 1857. Anytime, cheapskate, no problem. No return, no favor. No need to return the favor. It's something I want to do. The new year is spread the word about great small channels. There's some good channels out there, man. Almost caught up. I still need my invoice. Check your email. That'll work. Now it's green again. It's everywhere. Yeah, I'm trying to get people into higher grades and higher qualities, but I got to get more people learned up so we get, more people who say, oh, well, that's why. Now I get it. Yeah, you get better coins, better collections. There's Uper. Look, we were doing this earlier. Huh? Yeah, we're just talking about you. We said Amy's going to write the book on Canadians. It's going to be Amy, the Canadian penny girl, Uper Smith, or something like that. Yep. Now, everybody be nice to Amy. She's in a lot of pain. She stubbed her big toe the other day. Or something. Yeah. It's tough, man. It's just tough all the way around. The older I get, the more it hurts. The longer it takes, the less satisfaction I get out of it. There's no win in this. When I pay my invoice, you will have money to buy me a Christmas present. No, I won't. I really won't. God, I'll be lucky if I can get groceries. I'm trying real hard to get ahead. Really hard. God, I'm trying hard. Well, you know, I'm making enough to keep on going. That's the thing. Every couple of weeks, I think I really should get like a part-time job or something. But I check and the bills, I pay the bills. Okay, yeah, I turned the heat down to 64 and put on a sweater. That's what we did growing up. James, finish your typeset. How far back does it go? How complete of a typeset is it? I would be impressed if it was a complete typeset. 1,000 times better. IV flow. Oh, good. Outstanding. Yeah, sometimes a little help helps. Did that sound stupid? Probably. No matter. Ooh, I want to look at that again. I twisted this, and right at the last moment, I had a little change in the color right here. I want to look at that. Okay, the verdict is doo-doo. Okay, off you go. Half cents. Whew, man, those are glorious coins. I like those half cents. I kind of really like. I had a few of those Drake busts at one point. I kind of like those. They're pretty slick. Once you get to fine, the quality of the detail really starts coming out. Right? By very fine, they're very nice. And above that, out of my range right now. Yeah, they're slick. I mean, you can get good ones for, 30, 40, 50 bucks. All right. Some of them are kind of tough. I've had some of the 1809s come through. Um, let's see, the 1809 with the inverted 9. That's kind of neat. Like, they say it 09/6, but it's an inverted 9. Yeah, it's an impressive thing. When you complete a set of any size, I don't care what it is, it's a major accomplishment. That first one's tough. A lot of people never finish that first set of anything. They just kind of stick their toes in the water but never get their ankles. Go deep. Right? You finish one set, and I don't care what it is. Jefferson nickels. You can put together a complete set of Jefferson nickels for 200 bucks, and most of them will be pretty good. Right? You want to do memorial sets? 200 bucks. And that would give you a pretty darn decent 70S small date. All the proofs. Everything BU. Everything. Be a sharp set. You can do it a whole lot cheaper than that too if you don't mind circulated coins. Yep, and then you just keep going further back, 1 year at a time, or pick up what you can when it comes along. But it's at making that first step, completing that first set. That's what throws you into a new league. You stop being just a casual collector. Now by God, you've gone pro. I'm working on nickels right now. I'm working on Canadian pennies right now. I did a set of Lincolns complete. I was pretty psyched about that. I sold off all the good ones. Paid the light bill. Well, now I'm going to do another series. I figured Canadians are easy. That's good. Okay, I got a wide rim over here. I got a narrow rim over there. Let's flip it and see what we get. It's upside down. I got a narrow rim over here. And kind of normal over there. Okay, that's a little misaligned is all. Looks good. I should stop slacking and put together a full set of flowing hair dollars. You're damn right. Even if they're plastic. Has anybody put together a full set of those plastic pennies? Do they have different dates on them? You get them at Walmart. It's like $3 for 100. There's something wrong with that. When the fake money is worth more than the real money. What is that? Okay, what's going on the 1? Date is 82. I'm looking up here. If I play with the light, I seem to have a couple of lines trying to show up at me. No, I'm not seeing them now. Okay, never mind. Skip it. Yeah, some of those flowing hair dollars get a little pricey. Yeah, get a $17.95. The first set I finished, I posted in the group. I'm not sure you remember it. It was a Silver Eagle set. Dude, I see a lot of things in that group. James, is your last name D in that group too? We should have like a trophy picture we post up for somebody, you know? Really, it's worth it. I'm almost done with Canadian smalls. I'm missing like 10s. I'm going to guess they're in the 20s. 20s to get pricey on those Canadians. Yep, you know, they're making good strides right now. I can see, you know, 23, 24, 25. You might want to grab up, you know, a couple of hundred of those. You're going to hold them for 5 years just for a goof. You'll probably see some growth. Jimmy D, okay. There are 10,000 members in that group. Jimmy D, full set of Eagles. Well, I don't care. A full set of Eagles, nice. Be right back. Kids are running out the door. Set them free. You're free! Come back when you're hungry. That's the way my mother did it. Works for her. We're pretty good so far. $22 to $27. Did we just have something? There's a 26 on my desk somewhere. What was this one? No. That's a 35. What's this one? Probably a 64. Nope, 61. We're getting closer. Only another 35 years. All right. You have been paid. You have been awesome. I gotta ship that now. Well, we're gonna put this up. I got work to do, folks. Okay, that means somebody else can get paid. Oh boy. See the way the economy works? Everybody's gonna be happy. That's an awful thick rim. Why is that such a thick looking rim? With some MD on the teeth. MD on the top of her head. I feel like I'm still shaking. Trey won. Trey, look. Okay, the box on the right, the big white, you can't see it, beside the broom, that's yours. That's coming to your house. You're packed. You're moving out. Yep. And it's like, what, a 6-hour drive from here to there? Of course, I think it's got to go to Jacksonville, then Atlanta. And probably stop at, you know, like Brunswick first. I don't know how they do the mail, man. Dude, they are freaked up sometimes. But it's not too far. That's it. Straight up 75. Might be pretty quick. But let's see. Yeah, that should fit in the mailbox. If not, I'll be... Do I go to town today? I went to town yesterday. Do anything else? I got everything. I got combs. Yeah, I think I'm stuck at home today. That's okay with me. That'll go in the mailbox. And from my mailbox, it goes to Lake City. And from Lake City, it goes to either, you ready, Gainesville or Jacksonville, depending on what day it is. And that day changes. Now it goes to Gainesville. Sometimes it goes to Tampa, then out. But typically Jacksonville is a clearing for Florida. So we go from here to Jacksonville. And I'll be there tonight. From Jacksonville, hopefully it'll catch a bus to Atlanta. Be there Tuesday. And give it a day in Atlanta because I get a lot of mail in Atlanta, man. I figure Wednesday it'll go to your local. It says that Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah, that'd be just right. Thursday, what time's your mail come on Thursday? It's a 6-hour drive. We could meet halfway in 3 hours, cancel the shipping. Yeah. And what, 8 o'clock? You can have it by 11 o'clock. Oh, you don't drive, do you? Okay, you hop on your bike. I'll drive. We'll meet you about a half an hour from your house. Yeah, that'll work. Is it worth the gas? Not to me, man. 6 hours. How far is that? 300 miles. But it's 6 to get back. 20 miles a gallon. 30 gallons of gas. What's gas in Georgia? Is it $2? It's $60 in gas. Yep. It's $7 in shipping. So for an extra $57, I get to tour the countryside, you know, go see CNN Center, ride the metro, $2.80. Oh wow, that's like $90 in gas. Damn, how much is gas here? I pay $60 a month for truck insurance. I pay $10 a month in gas. I don't go anywhere. Yep, I gotta go to Jacksonville in a couple weeks. I better get some gas. Gas going up or down? If it goes up, I fill the tank. And I gotta drive. I'll probably take my brother's vehicle down the south. Yup. Go down to Miami. See what they're doing. Dude, do not go to... I went to Miami a few years ago, right? We're working at a foundry. They make sewer. They make manhole covers for sewers. That's what they do. They melt down old oil filters, and they melt them down, pour them into manhole covers. They got like $200 for manhole coverage. You know that? Dude, them things ain't cheap. Well, anyway, we're there for what, 3-4 days. They paid us outrageously. But I was quite impressed with the way they do things in Miami. At 4 o'clock, everybody in town goes out on the highway and parks their car for 3 hours. That's what they do. Then they honk horns at each other. Now, people get it. I mean, they got barbecue grills going because everybody and his brother is stuck in traffic. Everybody. What sense is this? Okay. You come out. These ones I've looked at? Yep. Okay, there's Canadians that we looked at. And we'll put those away. There, what's that, about 2 rolls in an hour and change? Oh, there, we'll put this up for now. Which one is it? I want that one. Oh, $2.80 for gas. 13 watching. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm back. You were gone? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. We're talking to Trey about the gas, and getting stuff from here to up around Atlanta. Yep. But that's what they do in Miami. They park their car on the highway for 2-3 hours. Everybody. Every single person in Miami gets on whatever that is. I think it was $3.95. Yep. And the airports, good Lord, don't ever get a hotel at the airport. Worst hotel of all time. Look, guys, I got a couple things to do, including take a nap because I've been out at it for a while. But I was caught up until about 2 minutes ago. Yep. Well, anyway, we'll keep talking. You know, you got questions, bring them up. You want a specific subject talked about? I mean, I can always get deep into that particular subject. Yeah, but Trey, you should probably have it in 3 days. Today's 1, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday looks good for you. It'd be fun. Great. Congratulations on winning. You done already? Dude, I've been up all night. I'm done for now. There's no such thing as being done, really. Who in the big show? Scroll up. 2 names. Trey's Treasures. That's him. Yeah. He got it. There's some good stuff in there. What's it? There's that 1882 shield nickel. There's a 63 proof Benny. There's some that silver Montreal dollar memorial commemorative from Bill J. We got a 5 peso bill. Another one from like Tajikistan. Nobody knows what that was. A little piece of silver from SJ, some foreigns, some Kennedys. Yep, man, a little bit of everything. Mercury dime, real nice shiny. Some stuff I don't know. Currency, yeah, it's in there. There's a couple currencies. Oh, now it's between 2 pieces of cardboard, right? Folded up in paper. I folded those currencies up nice and tight. Yeah. Anyway, just be gentle when you take it apart. You can probably peel the tape to get to the folded piece of paper and then slip out your notes, but keep them flat. Currency Hunter will tell you that. All right, guys, I'm going to take off and go do my thing. You stay groovy. All right, you're at school. Get off the phone. God, these kids nowadays. I'm out of here. I had to choose between watching my Eagles stomp the Rams or watch the Big Show. I chose the game. Man, I'm sorry. Because you chose the game, Trey won. Yep. Trey, root for the Rams. Class hasn't started. All right, well, I'm going to go take a little nap here and get my thing going. Have a great day. And heal up, Amy. You'll be okay.